Hey gang. Well, Super Bowl 50 is in the history books. It's done. It's over. It's finished. Until next year, the Denver Broncos are now the Super Bowl 50 champions. And they had a heck of a game against Carolina Panthers last night. But a lot of things happened last night at the Super Bowl that some people may consider to be controversial or shocking or maybe even a little conspiracy laced, I guess you could say. The conspiracy so far has not been anything to do with the game itself. It has something to do with Beyonce's singing at the halftime show, because apparently she introduced to the world this new song she has, and it was supposed to have some kind of a message in the performance and all this other stuff. Personally, I really don't care because I'm not a Beyonce fan. I'm not a pop fan or anything like that. So I just said, moving on, see what else is happening. Lady Gaga performed the national anthem, which I'm really surprised she didn't wear some kind of weird outfit, so that was kind of surprising too. But I have to talk about what happened after the game when Cam Newton was at a press conference. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw what happened. He was very, very, very unhappy about what happened. 24-10 loss probably would make anybody happy. He goes to press conference. He doesn't look like he's in the mood to talk to anybody. And the entire time they're asking him tons of questions. You can barely even hear the guy saying pretty much anything. And he's sitting there trying to answer all the questions, but he has that look on his face like, I'd rather be somewhere else right about now. So after a few minutes, he just gets up, says, I'm out of here, and walks away. And people call him a crybaby and a sore loser and all this because of that. Well, I want to say in a really big, honest way, pardon me, that, you know something, I kind of don't blame him for just walking off. I mean, he was in the biggest game of his career, and he obviously was not in the mood to talk to anybody. Granted, on my video I made on Saturday, I said it was basically going to be overconfidence against superstition, but I think a lot of it had to do with young Cam Newton versus old Peyton Manning. And obviously, the old man still had some tricks left up in his sleeves, and he showed Cam Newton, it's like, you can't get one over on a veteran of the game or a pro in the game. So, obviously Cam Newton was upset over what happened. He didn't want to talk to anybody. He was really hoping that with this being his first Super Bowl and the Panthers' second, he really seemed like that he was really wanting to get that Super Bowl ring. But, talking to my buddy Reno about it, he kept talking about how Peyton Manning would choke, and he didn't, wasn't going to do all that well, and he was definitely going for the Panthers, of course. But I find it kind of funny and maybe even ironic too that you read about and you see what happens. Turns out Cam Newton's the one who kept fumbling and messing up in the game multiple times. So, really, in all honesty, it's kind of weird how the Vegas odds were with the Panthers. Most of the media was with the Panthers, and yet the Broncos wind up taking it all away. And Peyton Manning now is a two-time Super Bowl winner, but with two different teams, which is kind of cool. But I think what Cam Newton did, obviously, he just wasn't in the mood to talk to anybody. We've all been there. We've all done that. But to be honest with you, I think that if he hadn't done it, social media people would have been ranting on it and would have been saying, oh, that Cam Newton, he's a sore loser, he's a crybaby, and all this other stuff. So what does he do? He goes, he faces the press, he presses the media, does a press conference, stays around a few minutes, takes off, and what happens? Everybody's calling him a sore loser and a crybaby. So either way, poor Cam Newton wasn't going to win. Personally, I would have just said, you know what? I'm going to hold my own personal press conference a day or two later. I'm going to go back to my hotel room, try and get myself some sleep, and just forget this whole night ever happened. But Cam, he did the right thing. He went to the press conference, but taking off in the middle of it, I'm sorry, I don't blame him. He didn't look like he was having a good time. He didn't look like he really wanted to talk to the media or anybody. So now everybody's calling him a crybaby and a sore loser and all this other stuff. Well, again, when you're young playing football against a team whose quarterback is considered an old man, you're going to be a little cocky and you're going to feel like, we're unstoppable and everything like that. I mean, yeah, a few years ago he made the mistake of saying, had that great record saying we're unstoppable, and they got their butts ran over by, I believe it was the San Francisco 49ers. This year he decided to change it up a notch and just go, nope, nobody's absolutely perfect. Only one person was perfect who existed in this world, and that was Jesus. Well, something tells me God was not buying that. God was not buying what he was trying to sell. God obviously said, Cam, you're still cocky. And you're going to this game with great, utter, immense cockiness. Sorry, dude, but I'm not buying what you're trying to tell the people and tell everybody. So, but hey, you know what? There's always next year, but whatever's going to happen with the Panthers and the Broncos, it's hard to say, because usually if you win a Super Bowl, you don't have a great season next season, so who knows? Will the Panthers ever make the Super Bowl again? Oh, I bet they will. Could be next year, could be in 5 years again, who knows? Could be longer than that. But if you guys want to leave a comment below and let me know what you guys thought about anything that happened at the Super Bowl, Beyonce's singing of her new song, Cam Newton walking out of a press conference, anything you could think of, even those lame Super Bowl commercials. If you want to comment on any of that, please do. And of course, if you like, subscribe to my channel so you can check out my videos that are uploaded pretty much every day. So, just want to say, thanks for watching. Again, congratulations to the Denver Broncos and all the fans of the Denver Broncos. You should be happy. I hope you guys are. Next year, come on, Chicago Bears. Take care, guys. Thanks again for watching. And until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.